And finally, one that we've seen in some other areas, there are a few countries that are ahead of us in the use of conditional cash transfer programs. But these are programs that pay people to receive vaccinations, to attend school, to do other types of health-promoting behaviors, similar to the incentive program we learned about this morning for the vaccination program in India. So for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how motivational crowding out works. I'll introduce some different categories of motivation, look at the ways that incentives might have dual effects on people's behaviors, depending on their desire for the incentive and the way the incentive interacts with their intrinsic motivation. And one of the things that I'm hoping to convince you of is that motivational crowding out is an extremely heterogeneous phenomenon. There are, in my review of the literature, I identified at least 9 different mechanisms that are empirically supported to lead to motivational crowding out effects. And these also have a range of different effects that can be measured by behavior, by effects on autonomy, and the potential even for moral and attitudinal effects. So I'll be telling you a little bit about that. I've tried to design a framework to govern when and why regulators should get involved, to police incentive programs, to intervene in them, and to potentially look at some ways that they could be redesigned. And finally, I'll speak a little bit about incentive architecture options. So those are ways to modify incentive programs to hopefully alleviate motivational crowding out effects. And I call it incentive architecture, not choice architecture, because incentives are actually very different. Instead of just reordering choices or trying to encourage a selection from among a bunch of options, incentives actually materially change the choice set and attach new penalties or new rewards